How y'all doing? I have a part two to the video that I did about the gold, because by the time I finished doing this video and started doing other stuff and came back, some more stuff had come out. So I had to come and add context or more conjecture to the subject at hand. So it looks like Musky Boy is doing what Musky Boy does. He is a lemon car salesman. That's what I'm gonna call him. And he loves to say stuff and just make children of the corn and fleshly, worldly people who are into chasing money react. And so this is one of those situations that he's doing. Although I still stand with my original conjecture in my first video about gold. It makes more sense now after reading these next two stories about gold. And so what he's doing is basically trying to shore up Bitcoin and the Doja coin so that digital currency is backed by gold, and that's going to lead, the dollar is not backed by anything. So again, if you got them greenbacks, you better spend them while they are worth something, because when they become worthless, what's going to be backed by gold is, for America, is digital currency. They're not putting any money behind the dollar. The dollar is done. It's fiat currency. It's done. So everybody else is backing their currencies, whatever they're using in other nations, they're backed by gold now. Then you got BRICS, making sure everybody's stuff is backed by gold. So if America is going to participate or trade with any BRICS nations, soon they're going to require that their currency is backed by gold. They're not going to want dollars, so they're going to take the digital currency, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, whatever. So ain't that many people got Bitcoin. So the people who have Bitcoin going to be sitting pretty, because that's what these folks are adopting. And then they're going to roll us into CBDC. The CBDC is going to be under the Treasury, probably going to be backed by gold. So I see the plot now. I see the plot. So let me get into it. So this story is on Bazinga, and I'll put a link to it in the description. So it says Elon Musk wonders if gold reserves are regularly audited. So that was about the first story that I brought you. And then it says Cynthia Lummis, which is a congressman or representative in Congress, tells Doge's lead team it's time to add Bitcoin for transparency. So what they're trying to say is, so I already told y'all the money, the gold at Fort Knox is not going to be there. It's been long rumored it wasn't there. So he going to go and be like, the money is gone. We need to do a new thing. We're going to find some gold. We're going to get some gold. We're going to use Bitcoin because it's on the blockchain technology. It's going to be centralized. It's going to be yada, yada, yada. We're going to make it our national currency. Like, that's what's finna come. It's finna be some bull swanky. Oh, so terrible. And then we're set for the beast system. That's what all of this means, is that at the end of the day, the no buy no sell system is one step closer to being implemented. And so you can't say that the infrastructure is no longer here. You have to acknowledge that the infrastructure is here, is very close. And there will be a windfall for a minute for the people who got in early and helped get this thing to critical mass. But all of us lose at the end, because this is how the beast will monitor and control everybody on the planet, except for those people who refuse their mark. So Senator Cynthia Lummis suggested adding Bitcoin to the U.S. reserves on Sunday, highlighting the transparency and the accessibility of the blockchain network. See how these people do? Now, this is a Republican. A Republican is saying, let's set up the mark of the beast. This is what it's like. Come on, peoples. Blockchain gonna help with transparency. Republican, Christian nationalists. They Christian, but they for the mark of the beast. They for the no buy no sell system. Can't even make this stuff up. Can't make it up. What happened? Loomis posted her proposal in response to concerns shared by Elon Musk, the lead of the Department of Government Efficiency, which is DOGE, which was formerly the United States Digital Service created by President Obama, over auditing the U.S.'s gold reserves. The senator emphasized the ease of auditing Bitcoin reserves. So see how they say it's the ease. It's gonna be online. Once you got power in the computer, uh, it's there. Nobody ain't hacked into it and stole it. Oh, it's cute. This is real cute. The senator emphasized the ease of auditing Bitcoin reserves, which can be done anytime using a basic computer. It's time to upgrade our reserves, the longstanding Bitcoin advocate said. So, what you could take away from this is you see how she just said auditing can be done anytime using a basic computer? This is how everything you do on the planet gonna be tracked with ease with a basic computer. So you're not gonna be able to hide what you do. You can't buy no reefer with your blockchain, cause the Gestapo gonna know. Gestapo, they're gonna know. You're not gonna be able to run that bootleg job that you've been running and get doing it and evading taxes. Ain't gonna be able to do that no more. How we send money to folks, you ain't gonna be able to make your little booty calls. The people who getting the money on the other end for the booty calls, y'all gonna be paying taxes. Ain't no getting no more nails and hair done. Everybody gonna know your business. If you're buying coochie, it's gonna be out there on Front Street. If your wife out there spending money and doing stuff she don't need to do, uh, wasting up y'all money buying stuff that she don't need, it's gonna be on. Everybody gonna know. Anybody can go on and look. All your business gonna be in the streets. If you go to the grocery store, every single thing you buy is going to be noted in your account because what? Barcodes, all the scanning, everything. There's nothing that they won't know. You go pay your DMV bill, you get a traffic ticket, whatever, everything. If you pay child support, you didn't pay the child support. If you pay tax, just everything's going to be online. So this one comment basically sums up what's getting ready to happen. Also means they'll be able to control you using a computer, because they can control if like us, if we having discussions and we decide to speak out, they can control us. They can turn our computers off. They can make cut our money off where we can't pay our bills, ostracize us. There's all kinds of ways to keep you from participating in society with a computer now. Musk's concerns rose after ex-user asked him to inspect Fort Knox, which was the piece I brought you from Zero Hedge, which is owned by ABC. So, it says a user, go ahead, say ABC News, which is a part of the system, asked him to inspect Fort Knox, a heavily guarded U.S. Army base that houses about 147 million ounces of gold, according to the U.S. Mint website. Musk asked curiously, all of a sudden out the blue. Surely it is reviewed at least once a year, because he already knew nobody goes there. We ain't heard nothing about no gold at Fort Knox in forever. Don't nobody know how much gold there. A group of journalists and a congressional delegation were allowed to visit the site in 1974 over rumors the gold was removed from the vaults. The vaults were opened in 2017 during the last Trump administration, visiting along with a congressional delegation. Why it matters. Loomis's suggestion comes in the wake of Musk's support for blockchain technology. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO has been vocal about the potential of blockchain to streamline operations and combat fraudulent activities within the U.S. Department of Treasury. So everything he's doing is for his benefit. He ain't doing nothing for our benefit. which, if you got common sense, you should have known. But I'm sure it's a lot of money hungry snow possums and raccoons who don't really get it. Musk also has reportedly considered using a blockchain ledger to track spending, secure data, and make payments to support his federal spending plans at the Doge. At the Department of Government Efficiency, also called Doge. Doge is an entity tasked with cutting federal spending and abolishing meaningless regulations. So it says this article originally appeared at Bazinga. So that's basically it. There's something else that I want to share with y'all. Anywho, so the next story that I'm going to share with you is about Bitcoin as well. So it says Bitcoin fixes this. Elon Musk pitched gold upgrade as price predictions soar. So all this all of a sudden is because of Bitcoin. And again, it is part of the transition to the digital currency. No matter what they call Bitcoin, it's still a digital currency. And they want us to buy in it, believe in it. They're basically putting this forth as the next national currency, because that is what's going to replace the dollar. Everybody else is going to get something else. Going to get something, a national digital currency, but it's not going to be Bitcoin, because Bitcoin going to be for the rich folk and for the folks who got in on it early. Other than that, those of us who are hesitant, not really into it, understand the spiritual aspects of possessing it, we're going to be in a different system. And you already know what it is. So I guess Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Bitcoin will identify the big dogs from the little puppies. All right, Bitcoin, sometimes called digital gold, has rocketed higher over the last year as a combination of Wall Street adoption, regulatory tailwinds, and macroeconomics forges converge, sparking dangerous bubble warnings. So that's the other thing, like I was telling y'all, with all this stuff that's going on with this gold, want to go inspect the gold, want to back Bitcoin with gold, want to make Bitcoin reserve currency. They're telling you everything you need to know. The economy getting ready to crash. So get your pennies, honey, together. The Bitcoin price has topped $100,000 per Bitcoin since Donald Trump's November election victory, with Coinbase's chief executive predicting exactly when he thinks Bitcoin will eclipse gold's $18 trillion market capitalization, which doesn't make no sense because Bitcoin ain't real. It's imaginary shits. Just gonna say it. It's play. So, that's just like stuff in the metaverse. They're telling you if you go get a piece of cheese or a painting in the metaverse, it's not real. You can't touch it. You can't get it out of there and take it to your house, but it can be somehow valued as valuable. And then you can have a lot of money, or it's, you have, so you can have an asset that's worth something, but you can't put it in your house. You can't never touch it. It's just in never land. Woo, child. People are so ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm living in a special needs world for special needs people, and I'm different. So, anyway, now as Elon Musk brands the U.S. debt clock terrifying. Okay, he does it. Who the president? Is Elon Musk the president or Coke 45? I don't know. Coke 45 done sold us out. He done sold us out too. You can tell. When you just let an outsider come in and start talking about your economy, this is your national economy, but he let Elon Musk talk about the economy and then he do stuff, behind closed up. Like, it's so weird. It's weird. It really is giving like pimp and predator vibes. Okay, so Bitcoin backing U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis has pitched Musk a Bitcoin fix to questions over the U.S. gold reserves. So they're trying to figure out now how they're going to scramble and tell the world, we don't got no money, but we got this right here. We got a piece of toilet paper. It's a Bitcoin. And this is going to be our new money. And this, y'all can trust us now. We got something. We're going to back it by gold. Going to back it by gold. Those dollars, that time we had took it off the gold standard. Don't worry about it. Just forget all about that. That's what's happening, y'all. Bitcoin fixes this. Loomis posted on 2X in response to Musk's question about how often the gold in Fort Knox is reviewed. A Bitcoin reserve could be audited anytime 24/7 with a basic computer. It's time to upgrade our reserves. Loomis, a Republican senator from Wyoming, last year introduced the Bitcoin Act to Congress, calling for the creation of a strategic Bitcoin reserve to reduce the U.S.'s spiraling near $36 trillion national debt by buying 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. So you're going to buy something that's not really nothing at all, and then tell the people it's worth something. Just like our little paper dollar. And everybody believes it until they don't. And so they're asking Americans to buy into this idea again. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is using their own currency. They're backing their currencies by gold. They're backing their currencies with gold. Not saying that the other nations aren't, going to a digital system as well, but they're not in the situation that we're in. Not most of the nations now. Some of the African nations are about neck and neck with us when it comes to having currency that's not worth nothing. But for the most part, like, we are on an island all by ourselves. This is so shameful. Musk, who has been tearing through the U.S. government via his Doge Department of Government Efficiency in recent weeks, was replying to an X post that asked Musk to look inside Fort Knox just to make sure the 4,580 tons of U.S. gold is still there. I already said something about that, so I'm not going to repeat it, but the somebody was Zero Hedge, a magazine that's under the umbrella of ABC. So, for what it's worth, the somebody or X post user was the media. The gold price has surged in recent weeks, pushed higher by growing fears of an international trade war that could weigh on the global economy. So that's what's coming. Gold has hit a new record of $2,942.70 per troy ounce, up almost 10% since Trump's January 20th inauguration, while Bitcoin and stocks, including the S&P 500 index, have flatlined. So again, like I was telling y'all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just led by the Holy Spirit. I told y'all to get gold and silver because those things were going to be valuable if you could afford it. And the price has almost doubled since I told y'all to get it. Well, it increased at least by $1,100. So I ain't gonna say double. But by the time the economy collapses, y'all gonna be sitting pretty. If you got it, hold on to it. Don't let it go. If you can afford to buy more, I would buy more. I would say also invest in silver. If you don't possess it, you don't own it. So if you got a 401k and you're looking at it every day and the numbers going down and you ain't got your money out of it, or you haven't, taken some out, you don't have it. When the numbers disappear off the screen, you're gonna be butt naked. Get your own money. Do what you need to do with it. You bet on yourself, because these people do not care nothing about you. They're not going to have nothing there for you. What they do have for you, in the event this economy collapses and we don't have jobs and stuff, it's not going to be the best. They're going to have the best. They're not going to care what you don't have. They're not going to care what you don't have access to. It's up to you to protect you. You can sit around and believe these people if you want to, but these people are treaty breakers. They are liars. They are thieves. They are killers. They steal, kill, and destroy. We are witnessing the destruction of an empire and the rebuilding of a new one. We are in the midst of it. We are collateral damage. So I'm telling you, please protect yourself, protect your hard work, protect your assets, do what you need to do in order to have some cushion whenever this thing falls apart. And I really feel like this year they're going to make it fall apart, because they got to get this, they got to get on with the 2030 agenda. The rest of the world is moving on. We are like stagnant. We're not moving anywhere. So something catastrophic has to happen in order to get us in line, and pain is coming. So it says gold's rally has spurred bullish Bitcoin price speculators to bet it will soon soar past its all-time high of almost $110,000 per Bitcoin, according to Deribit options data reported by CoinDesk. These recent decrease in volatility, coupled with the rising price of gold, should highlight Bitcoin's growing appeal as an alternative store of value, an alternative to the dollar, is what they're saying. Now you see, who the hell got $110,000 to buy Bitcoin? So all the time, the poor, the most, the average person is kept out of the opportunity to build wealth. Most black people, first of all, they know what cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all this blockchain technology was, because I didn't. But as I learned, I was like, this is stupid. Now, in using my common sense, saying, oh, this is stupid, and because I didn't buy into the fallacy of it's going to do A, B, C, D, because I understand at the end of the day, the big picture is taking us to the B system, no buy, no sell system. I missed out on money. I'm not willing to compromise my morals for the dollar. And I have been raked over the coals more time than I could shake a stick at. And I will never feel ashamed for not compromising my values because I need to make a little money, because I'm trying to do a little flip. I'm not doing that. I'm just sorry. Call me what you want. I'm just not doing it. I'll be poor. I'm happy. When you're poor, you ain't got that far to fall down on the ground. I ain't crying about, oh, I lost so and so many thousands of dollars. I ain't got that. I don't have that. And I'm not worried about it. I'm believing the Most High is going to take care of us. And whether I got Bitcoin or gold, at some point, ain't none of it going to work for you. So if you don't have common sense and some resources on you, it's not going to matter if you have gold, or it don't matter if you got Bitcoin. Bitcoin only good if the computer work, the power on, and the internet work. If none of those things happen, you don't have nothing anyway. So that's just how I feel about it. So it says recent decrease in volatility coupled with the rising price of gold should highlight Bitcoin's growing appeal as an alternative store of value. Analysts with the Bitfinex crypto exchange said in emailed comments, quote, we believe that while Bitcoin may face some short-term pressures due to macroeconomic headwinds in the coming weeks, its long-term value proposition continues to strengthen, end quote. So, I just want to share these two stories with y'all, that they got a plan. It don't involve us. They are quickly moving towards the digital currency and quickly trying to find a substitute for the dollar because the dollar is getting ready to collapse. So don't be holding on to no whole bunch of dollar bills. If you got extra money, you might want to convert that money into gold or silver. You should not be keeping your money in the banks. If you have 401ks, this is not financial advice because I'm a nobody, but I'm just using my good old common sense. If you have money in a 401k or something, you can get it out and do some stuff to cushion your family. I would do that. If you are thinking you're getting ready to retire in a few years, you're probably not. You're probably not. Don't mean that in an ugly, harsh way, but most of us are going to be working till we die or until the Most High rescues us from Babylon. So you should be preparing to continue work. I would not count on any social safety net, not Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, TANF, Section 8 housing. I just wouldn't. All right, y'all. That's all I got. This is Marley K. Love y'all, and I'm out.